It affects everything to do with my life, to be honest. Every decision I make, it's affected every relationship. It affects my self-esteem, and I've got the scars on my body from what happened to me that I have to see every time I get in the bath or get changed. I've got marks from it on every part of my life, and I have to deal with that every day.
Raped, drugged, abused. As a teenager in care, Fiona Goddard endured the unimaginable at the hands of men who groomed her in Bradford. It isn't just the 5 years of abuse that still haunts her, but the lack of accountability from the authorities that were meant to protect her.
I don't feel I was just abused by men. I feel like I was abused by professional people. We were told that we were endangering the men's future by being child prostitutes and all sorts of other stuff. And it kept your self-esteem really low to the point where you just carried on getting abused. And I tried to kill myself because of how I was made to feel by people that was supposed to be there to protect me and support me and work with extremely vulnerable people, and that's not good enough to just forget about that and move forward.
9 men, ranging in age from 27 to 55 years old, were convicted in 2019. Their prison sentences were as long as 20 years. Validation of the horrific abuse she'd endured. But burning questions remain for her that neither the National Inquiry nor her serious case review answered.
It didn't say why or how many people it affected, who was responsible, how every police force and social care in the whole of England were all under the same impression that this was a child's fault rather than the men's fault. I want to know who was responsible and where they're working now, who they're working with. Are they still working with vulnerable people? These same people that made these decisions and contributed to thousands of children getting abused for extended periods of time.
The Bradford Partnership, which includes local police, council and medical agencies, apologised for where their actions failed to protect against child sexual exploitation.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.
This month, the Home Secretary announced a nationwide review into any cultural factors driving grooming, more money for police to reopen grooming investigations, and 5 locally led inquiries that they will fund, though it's not yet clear whether Bradford will be one of them. Fiona's lawyer, who has represented survivors of grooming across the country, says it's vital the city is included.
The reason why I think Bradford specifically needs an inquiry is that I, having worked in this field for 10 years, find that most of the women who have been exploited in different towns and cities in the north of England at least have connections with Bradford. They've been moved in and out of Bradford for exploitation.
For now, Fiona is concentrating on the imminent arrival of her baby, but she can never escape what happened to her. All of her previous children were born prematurely. Doctors think it's because of internal scarring caused by the abuse.
We were failed, we were let down, we were abused, we were left to be abused, and we were blamed for that. Surely we deserve to get justice for that, as well as being able to work towards protecting future generations.
Though she has learnt not to get her hopes up about finding answers, she says she'll never give up her fight. Not just for her younger self, but for her own children too.
Fiona's tale of survival there in Bradford. And if you've been affected by any of the issues in that report, you can, of course, seek help by going to channel4.com/support.